What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Team USA kicked off pool play in the World Cup yesterday against New Zealand, a scrappy bunch. Now, we have to remember before we get into this group is all brand new. Their first experience on the senior team. A lot of them have won youth titles, youth medals, but all their first time playing together at the senior level, they go against a scrappy New Zealand team that really made them work for it. They pulled out the win, 97-72, impressive win. It felt a lot closer than that, though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I don't know, I'm feeling some type of way about it, but I gotta remember this was their first game. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So Team USA did eventually get the dub, 97-72, like we said. But first off, some of my takeaways. So this team has been having some slow starts, and that worried me in the first quarter of this game against New Zealand, man. A scrappy bunch, like we said, with some quick guards, and Team USA could not keep these guys out of the paint, man. They were blowing by, killing it in the pick and roll, and just blowing by Team USA's guards, getting those paint touches, and finishing over the bigs, man. So that's something that you want to see improve is the on-ball defense. Like, I need to see more steals, more strips. Like, I need to see more pressure on the basketball, because if you can't stay in front of New Zealand, I don't know what y'all are going to do with Greece. So that was kind of my initial takeaway, that the New Zealand guards, they call them the tall blacks, by the way, which is wild. But anyways, so they're getting in the paint at will, finishing some tough looks, getting crafty around the cup. So I didn't like that the guards were getting beat off the dribble so much. And they weren't really, with so much versatility, you want to see more switches in the pick and roll if that's what if that's what the situation's going to be. With so much versatility, like we can handle those switches. There's not going to be a whole lot of big bruising bigs that are going to be punishing guards in the paint. So I would like to see more pressure on that basketball, man. More tenacity, more energy on the defensive side. Also, we got to cut off those damn turnovers, man. I mean, in the first quarter, there was like 5-6 turnovers. There was 3 possessions back to back where like it was just turnover, bad shot, turnover. Like it was hard to watch them kind of find their rhythm. It seems like they're still trying to find their identity and figure out which rotations are going to work the best with this group, because everybody played. So it's a deep group and there's not really a whole lot of drop off, but I don't think they found the 5 best players to put out there. So I want to see the rotations get worked out, which the coaching staff is still doing that. And I want to see more urgency on defense and guarding the basketball, especially on the perimeter. Specifically, I'm referring to perimeter defense, because it just wasn't there the first half, and that's why the game was so tight in the first half. So, off the bench, the 2 best players on the court for Team USA, Paolo Banchero was amazing. USA was down before he came in the game. He completely changed the trajectory of this game with his versatility, his motor, his physicalness, and his physicality, and the way that he is able to score the basketball from anywhere. He came in, had a monstrous block, got a really nice dunk, a dump off from Austin Reeves. He hit back-to-back threes. He hit 2 huge threes to really wake this damn USA offense up, man. And I think it's getting to the point where you're not going to be able to bring Banchero off the bench, man. Like, he may have to get put in that starting lineup for Jaren Jackson. I mean, Jaren Jackson played a good game. Let's not get it wrong. But Paolo is just that damn impactful, man, where he changes the game, man. His size at 6'10", with his mobility and ability also just to be able to get it from the perimeter, put the ball on the floor, blow past defenders, but also spread it out, shoot the three. Like, you really got to pick your poison. He's blocking shots, getting rebounds. Like, Paolo was amazing. Complete game changer. This game goes completely different. Completely different without Banchero, man. Like, he really brought the energy and was a huge spark plug. Another player off the bench who arguably played the second best on the team, Austin Reeves, who it feels like Austin Reeves is the most popular player on the whole roster, man. Like, the people down there are going crazy for him. The Filipino people, like, they are going nuts for Austin Reeves, and there's a lot of Lakers fans around the world, but you even saw with his standing ovation that they love Reeves down there. And then, of course, the Reeves is greater than LeBron song. We saw that. Like, it was funny. But Reeves is getting busy and on a world stage, man. Like, he is. I thought it was a debate between him and Tyler Hero for a while, and it still is. But Reeves, man, I think what really stood out was the shot-making ability is going to be there. He can spot up. We know that. But him getting it off the dribble, it looked good, man. Like, him getting to his spots, pulling up, just destabilizing defenders, man. Like, he made some tough shots. And then the playmaking ability. He led the team in assists with 6 assists, had 12 and 6. Paolo led the way with 21. But Reeves, 12 and 6. 6 assists coming off the bench when you got Halliburton, who's one of the best passers he might be the best passer in the whole tournament. You got Jalen Brunson, but Reeves led the team in assists, man. The playmaking ability, and the defense has to respect his shot. He's so good at passing out of shots, man. Like, it looks like he's going up, and that fake, and he just dumps it off. Like, I love that we're seeing that playmaking ability from him. And speaking of rotations, man, it's like the bigs. They're going to have to occur in the group in Spoelstra. They're going to have to figure out how to play these bigs, man, because you got Bobby Portis coming off the bench. You got Walker Kessler there for depth. Of course, you got Jaren Jackson Jr. had 12 points, NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Like, you got to have him getting a lot of minutes. You know what I'm saying? They got these bigs. They got Paolo, who can play pretty much anywhere. It'll be interesting to see. We saw, like, Paolo and Bobby Portis lineup where them two were both in the game, and it was a lot of versatility because both these guys can move and guard multiple positions and hit the three. So it was a lot of versatility, but it'll be interesting to see if we see more combinations like that. Like, how are they going to play these bigs, man? And when they play bigger physical teams, the Spains of the world, the Greases, like, will Walker Kessler be counted on? Will he get more minutes? I don't know. I think they're still trying to figure out how they're going to play these bigs, though, man. Because they all do different things, but the one thing they have in common is all of them can spread the floor and all of them can protect the rim. And all of them are mobile. They can all move. So you'd like to see that. But it'll be interesting to see, like, how they go. Will they continue to run B.I. at the 4? Because that's how it started off yesterday. So the starting lineup was Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Ant Edwards, and then you got Jaren Jackson and Brandon Ingram. I don't know if that's the best 5 they can put out there. And it's no shade to Brandon Ingram. He's still obviously trying to find his way. He spoke his frustrations about, finding his role and being effective on this team. He hasn't really figured it out yet. And we're seeing that, man. He's kind of struggled making shots and finding looks within this offense as well, man. So that's a player that you absolutely want to get going, one of the top players on this roster. So I think he'll adjust and figure out where he fits in. And Edwards as well, man. We're on the wings. They have Ingram. They have Edwards. They have Cam Johnson, Josh Hart, Reeves. Like, there's a lot of talent on these wings, and I think they're just trying to all figure out their roles. And Edwards was the guy coming in who we thought was going to be leading this team in scoring and dominating. He had 10. Like, they had 6 scores in double figures, so it was balanced. And Edwards had 10. He's still trying to, I think, figure out his role too, man. He's still being aggressive, but shots just weren't falling for him. But he was impactful on the defensive end, and I like that from him. And I think we need to see the intensity that Josh Hart and Edwards are playing with guarding the basketball. We need to see that from the rest of the guards and the wings. But the wings I love, man. People were talking about how this team didn't look that great like on paper, but they fit really well together. And they like playing with each other. That was two of my biggest takeaways. They like playing with each other, and they fit really well. I love everybody has kind of a role. You got the guys like Cam Johnson, Josh Hart, the 3-and-D guys that are going to come in, bring effort, and make shots. You know, you got Ant Edwards on the wing, B.I., who know their game, who know how to play, man. They just got to find their rhythm within this offense. But I think the wings are going to be the strength of this team, man. They've got so many wings that can do so many different things, and scoring shouldn't be a problem for this team. Shouldn't be a problem at all. They've got Brunson, they've got Halliburton, they've got Reeves, guys that can get these scores, the basketball. So overall, I think it was a solid first performance for them. They played a scrappy New Zealand team who really made them work for it. And they showed up, man, after a tough first half. I love the fourth quarter. They held them to 14 points. Like, the defense really turned up in the second half, and we saw what this group could possibly be. But they're going to have to turn around and play a tough Greece, who Greece might be the second best team in this pool. So they're going to have to play a really tough, experienced team that's coming in that's been together. So we'll see how they look in their second test. But I like how when they fell down double digits early, they fought back. They never panicked. They never gave up. And, man, Reeves and Banchero really led the way for this group. And I'm interested to see if Banchero will move into the starting lineup. I'm not sure you can keep him on the bench at this point, man. He was the best player on the floor, hands down. Not even close yesterday in that first game. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this group continues to gel. If Brunson stays the starting point guard, he kind of has some struggles in the game too, man. So we'll see if he stays the starting point guard. Maybe they go a different look. Maybe they don't go with the same starting five. I know it seems like Mikal Bridges is the glue guy, though, man. He played a lot of minutes, and he stayed on the floor when they first got all the starters out the game. He was the last starter to leave the floor. So, obviously, you know, he's going to have a big role with this team. And you just want to see all these wings figure it out, man. Obviously, there's some chemistry. Some of these guys have played together, especially the Nova guys with Hart, Brunson, and Bridges. You know, there's some chemistry there. But I will say, this isn't the most star-studded group, but they fit well, and it seems like like I said, they really enjoy playing with each other. So I saw a lot in that first game, man. Some good, some bad, some ugly, but overall, it was a good win. And they played hard, and they fought through some adversity, man. So that's all you can ask for. Anyways, let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. How far can this team go? Will they get back to their winning ways? Will they win this pool? Will they lose a game? Who is the best player, man? Who should be starting? Questions. We got a lot of questions. We need answers, man. Y'all holler at your boy in the comments. And make sure to hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships as well, man. We got daily, weekly content whenever you need it. Until next time, hey, we out.